everyone, this is Pete with another video in my series promoting this album, Silhouette, Dafni songs performed by her friends, that I co-produced with Alfonso Rodenas in tribute to my late wife, Dafni Amirsakis, who passed away in 2016 at the gym. She had a sudden cardiac arrest. She was a singer-songwriter in the Los Angeles Americana roots country folk scene, and after she died we made a tribute to her on what would have been her 44th birthday. A bunch of people played, a bunch of people sang some of her songs, and I decided to make this album to commemorate that event. The cover is a line drawing of Dafni that the artist Alexandra Loftus, my friend Alex Loftus, and Dafni's friend Alex, she drew that silhouette of Dafni. This whole episode is going to be about silhouettes, I think. This is a bonus episode, separate from my normal episodes, which are about the individual songs on the album and the artists who performed on the album. This is going to be a bonus episode about the artwork. I interviewed Alex the day that she'd left LA to move back to Maine, so I managed to squeeze that in. I'm very grateful, and I think this will be a nice little bonus episode to get, not just to have people talk about the music all the time, but also to talk about the cover. Why not? After Dafni died, we did the show 2 months after she died, what would have been her birthday, and I asked Alex, because she's a trained artist and a very talented photographer and painter, illustrator. I thought she'd be the perfect person to make the poster for the show. And she did a couple of versions of the design. And before I saw the poster, she sent me a text one day with a photograph in it, and she said, Pete, something like, Pete, this is what I'm thinking of basing the poster around. And she sent me this beautiful, just very simple charcoal drawing of Dafni silhouetted, the same as this one, the same that kind of from that picture. It was based on a photograph that Didier Chevalier had taken when, on the day that Dafni did her Sweet Time video, they went down to Hermosa Beach and they filmed some scenes at Hermosa Beach. I think it was Hermosa Beach, maybe Redondo Beach, Hermosa Beach. And they filmed some scenes down there, if you go and watch that video. And maybe that picture is actually in the video. I'm going to have to go back and have a look. But there are some stills of Dafni by the ocean. And if that picture isn't in the video, then at least Didier sent it to Dafni. I think Dafni used it on her Facebook page or something like that. And I think a lot of people like that picture. I had no idea that Alex was going to choose that picture for the poster. But when she sent it to me and I opened it, it just brought me to tears. A simple charcoal drawing of Dafni's silhouette just, to me, was just so full of meaning and emotion. I don't know exactly if other people would feel that, but I certainly did. It brought me to tears when I saw that picture, and I thought, wow, this is just amazing. Because I would never have chosen that picture for the poster. I would never have thought to just do a silhouette of Dafni. But I think it's beautiful, it's, I don't know, iconic or symbolic of Dafni. It's her. You just look at it and it's, oh, there's Dafni. And it's very simple, it's not sentimental, it's not glamorizing her, it's just her silhouette. You don't even see, it's her taken from behind, it's just her silhouette. So I thought that was just beautiful. I just thought, I made the right move by getting Alex to do those posters, because it's nice to get other people's input, because I would never have chosen that picture. And if I'd asked someone else, they would have done something different. I don't know. But that was just, the fact that it made me cry, seeing a simple charcoal sketch of Dafni's silhouette. I think, that's art. Art, you want to elicit an emotion, right, in the viewer. And I think that just was perfect. I thought it was perfect. Other people might think, wow, who's that? I don't, why would you put that like a silhouette of someone? You can't even see who it is. But to me, that image just looks like Dafni. I look at that and I think, yep, that's Dafni. But I knew her better than most, so perhaps I'm biased. Anyway, I was very grateful that Alex used that picture, and I thought when we made the tribute album, oh, we could have some kind of variation of the silhouette, maybe the same silhouette from the poster or a different version or the charcoal drawing. I'd be happy with any of them. So I asked Alex if she could kind of reproduce it for the cover. I seem to recall we got close to the deadline for duplicating the CDs, and I still hadn't received the silhouette. And I think Alex was on a road trip at the time, but she managed to just draw it in her like hotel or something, and then scan it on her phone and send it to me. And I'm delighted. I think it looks good. I think it has a I don't know. To me, it's obviously Dafni, so there's no need to put any writing on the cover. And I figured that was. I know if anyone sees it and may think, "Wow, what's that?" You know, they can look on the spine and see what the title of the album is. So I would use this silhouette image for the poster, and then I was going to use it for the album, but it hadn't occurred to me to use the title Silhouette, as the record is called, Silhouette, Dafni's songs performed by her friends. It hadn't occurred to me what to title the album until I was at a session when Lisa Finnie and Dan Janisch did their songs. Lisa Finnie sang Oh How I Wish, and Dan Janisch sang Anything at All. And we recorded at Alfonso's home in Malibu. And Dan's backing band, Keith Palmer on drums and Ana Maria Rosales on bass, they played with both Dan and Lisa. And it was a very beautiful session. And then when Lisa did her song, Oh How I Wish, the very first line of that song is, I thought I saw your silhouette underneath the streetlight. And it just hit me there and then, like, you know, the proverbial bolt out of the blue. That's the title of the album, Silhouette, and it's a perfect title for the album because I figure that this record is kind of like not a visual silhouette of Dafni, but it's like an oral silhouette of Dafni, because Dafni doesn't appear on the album. Dafni, there's not a note of her performing at all, but it's her songs, it's her friends performing, you know, their versions of her song with love. They gave their time to perform on the record. You can hear Dafni's lyrics, and you can kind of learn a lot about Dafni, but you don't see Dafni. You only get an outline of Dafni by listening to this album. And I figured, yeah, that's like a silhouette. This whole album is like a silhouette of Dafni. You don't see her, but you get an outline of her. You get an idea of what she's like, based on who were her friends, what did she write about, how did her songs go, you know, the fact that this many people came together to record says something about friendship, says something about who she was as a person. And I'm hoping with this series of videos too, you get even a greater understanding of Dafni by listening to the interviews I did with the artists. Anyway, I think I've said everything I was going to say. I know there's always more, but I don't want these intros to be too long. Anyway, I interviewed Alex, I think the afternoon when she was just about to leave town. I think she got very little sleep the night before, hence the sunglasses. And I think it's a nice little interview, and I think it makes a nice little diversion from my normal episodes. And I hope you enjoy it. I hope you check out the album, see Alex's art, check out her own art on her website or Instagram or something like that, and use her for your any art projects, album covers, music videos. Oh, did I mention Alex directed Dafni's music video for Dimes? Oh my goodness, what a great job she did there. I don't think she appears in the video, but it's a beautiful video, and I think we had a lot of fun making it. Spot the homeless man in the video if you're trying to see if you can identify the homeless man in the video. Yes, Alex is a very nice person, and Dafni and Alex were good friends, and I think this is a fitting that I used Alex's talents to grace the cover of the album. The back cover photo on the album, photo of Dafni on the beach, is a photo that Laura Heffington took many years ago. I think it was going to be used for the don't know if it was Afghani to use for Charlie's Lonely Sunday or for Sweet Time. Maybe for Sweet Time. I don't quite remember. They're very nice photos, just black and white photos of Daphne down the beach in a very kind of moody kind of skies and moody ocean. They're very nice photos, but I think Daphne didn't really like how she looked in any of them. And I kind of agree. None of them was really that good for an album cover. But this one of her smiling, it really captures her personality, I think. Although it probably wouldn't be a great one for an album cover, but I think it's a good one for the back of an album. Considering she's got her eyes shut, it's kind of like, I think you get her personality. So, although on this album we don't have an actual picture of Daphne on the front, we have a picture of her on the back. And inside there's a couple of photos that Alex took of Daphne at playing her guitar and playing the glockenspiel at our friend Hallie's house. I think the package is very nice. I'm very happy with how the album turned out. And I want to thank all the artists, and I want to thank Alfonso for producing the record. And of course thank Alex for the silhouette. So now I'm explained how all this silhouette ties together. I think, hope you enjoy the video. Okay, bye. Alex, do you remember how you met Daphne?
I do. I met Daphne through Mr. Dan Janisch. And a roundabout way through dinner parties, but mostly through Dan in the cinema bar.
Mm-hmm. See, I'm so used to asking music questions.
Nope.
My second question is always about Daphne as a musician, but I'm going to ask you, what did you think about...
I can play Amin Maraca, and that's about it.
What did you think about Daphne as a musician and a songwriter and all that?
As a musician and a songwriter, Daphne was always smiling. And honestly, it was just contagious. I feel like she'd get excited to play the wrong note just because it would make her burst out laughing. And that would get everyone laughing and smiling.
Okay, and I really have no idea what my questions are. Let's talk about the artwork for the record. Can you describe the piece that you did for the cover?
The piece that I did for the cover was completely taken from the beautiful photo that Didier took. I just loved the composition. I loved it. I loved how it was backlit, and just thought that was Daphne in a nutshell. She was so petite, and her with that guitar, that it just embodied her. So I kind of just wanted to do a line drawing that I thought showed her energy, which was just constant and just she didn't stop. So, and that was sort of just kinetic energy. So that was that.
And how did you actually physically prepare the thing? Where were you?
First sketch I did was sitting on the stoop over there. We were having a barbecue, and I was sitting with a pad of paper and just stared at Didier's photo and just tried to follow it. And then the final one that I did in Georgia at Ryan's mother's house. We were sitting on the couch and did another drawing and was very happy with how it turned out.
Now, famously, you directed Daphne's music video for Dimes.
No,
Have you got any comments to make on that?
I learned a lot. Photographs are very different from videos. And how long was Dimes? 2 minutes and...
I think it's less than 3 minutes.
Yes, under 3 minutes, and there was a grand story to tell in less than 3 minutes. So I took a little hint from the old times and decided, well, if I'm going to tell this grand story, I might have to speed it up about 700 times. But every time I see it, it makes me smile. And Daphne was such a trooper. You were such a trooper with it. And just extremely patient. And Whenever I'm on Santa Monica Boulevard, that's what I think of.
Well, me too. When I drive past that record store,
Absolutely.
every time, I always have to point it out.
Absolutely. So that very big learning curve. So now I've kind of decided to stick to photo. But was so honored that Dafni wanted me to do that for her.
No, I think it turned out great. I just have one more question. Do you have any particular memory when you think of Dafni? Do you think of that one time, something happened?
Dafni. Honestly, I think a lot about your house. And I think about how comfy she was there. And I think about your tower of toilet paper. And how it was just never even a thing. It was just always a constant and always there. And that's honestly the first thing. I only slept 20 minutes last night, so it's a little hard to pinpoint an exact memory. But, oh gosh. What's a good memory? When Hallie, Dafni, and I all took a hike up in Griffith Park, that would be my thing. And Dafni, of course, was a million miles ahead. Me being a smoker was just like, oh gosh, trying to keep up, and her just being the most motivating, wanting to smile, wanting to point out everything. She just got everyone moving and happy and excited, and be it at playing music, be it hiking, be it cooking, be it just anything. She was always just kind of everyone's cheerleader. And it's amazing how contagious that was. And a lot because of how small she was. There was so much energy in such a small place.